You are now listening to Vigilantes Radio, presented by the Only One Media Group. This is the people's choice for quality interviews, celebrities and special guests. Hosted by Demetrius Dinny Reynolds. Call in to join the mix at 701-801-9813. For the complete archive of episodes, visit onlyonemediagroup.com and be sure to like us on Facebook at Vigilantes Radio. We welcome all. Enjoy the show. Ladies and gentlemen, please welcome your host, Demetrius Houdini Black Reynolds. Enjoy the show.
Yo, what is going on? Welcome to another awesome episode of Vigilantes Radio. I am your host, dini-mussolini, and we have a very special guest for the last episode of tonight, right? So you definitely want to stick around for that. And I appreciate you guys, man. We've ran like 3 shows this evening, and you guys have stuck around for every last one. I'm like super appreciative of you guys. Yeah. So right now there are over 23,000 of you guys still in our chat room, on the browser, Google Hangouts, Skype, and even on our phone line. So yeah, once again, I appreciate you guys, and I appreciate your patience with me. We were traveling today from Decatur, Alabama. So that's where we were for like 2 days. Beautiful part of Alabama. If you haven't been to Decatur, make sure you check it out. Very nice community. So everything serves you. The sorrow you endure makes the joy so much brighter. The relaxation you enjoy gives you energy to work more efficiently. The time apart from a loved one makes the time together special. Death makes life precious. The heat of summer makes autumn refreshing. Having to do without something gives you an appreciation for it. Illness makes good health worth pursuing. Hunger stimulates nourishment. The things we see as bad often make the good things good. How would we know pleasure without pain? With no discomfort, how could we be comfortable? If there was no darkness, what would be the meaning of light? Without ignorance, what would be the value of knowledge? In every direction, in all situations, life has meaning. Always, there is the opportunity for fulfillment. Rather than cursing the darkness, appreciate the light that makes it possible. Take that from me, dini-mussolini. That is my word, and word is bond.
You're live in the mix. Let's get this started.
Yo, hello, and welcome to another awesome episode of Inside the Music, or the book, or film, or even the business, where we dive into the minds of the people who create these marvelous things. It feels so good to be back with you guys once again. Big ups to my folks who are indigos, crystalline, or the starseeds, for my Vigilantes audience family, for my hooligans, and shout out to my people who are vegetarian or vegans. If you're in a struggle like me, we are averaging over 37,000 live listeners, and we've been at this for 5 solid years. I appreciate to all you guys who've been rocking with the kid on this journey, and we are still evolving, baby. It is all because of you, most definitely. We are the people who have dedicated their lives to music, spirituality, business, literature, art, films, and research in every aspect. And we want to allow you an opportunity to tell your story. Man, we've had celebrities on our show, from Grammy Award-winning artists, nominees, to actors, comedians, CEOs, technology revolutionaries, visual artists, from authors to professors and vampires. or people who think they're vampires. It doesn't matter who you are or where you come from. Come on our show and talk to me. So check it out to book your interview or to appear on my other show called Skeptics. Email me at vradio@onlyonemediagroup.com, and that's V as in Victor. We hope to get the stories behind these unique people and give them a chance to tell their truth to us and the universe. That is Vigilantes Radio sole purpose. You know the number to dial, 701-801-9813. Share that number with your buddy right now and tell them to tune in to connect with us or our guests, or you can hop in the mix directly from our website, which is onlyonemediagroup.com. Right from the home page, you can slap that go live button and you'll be here live in the mix and in the chat room with all of us. So feel free to shoot over some questions to ask our guests while they are here, but only as time permits. Sometimes my guests and I talk entirely too much. And as always, all episodes are available for free download, and you can grab them from either Spreaker.com/onlyonemediagroup, iTunes, Player.fm, YouTube, any app from the Google Play or iTunes Store, or over at our website. And that goes for every single episode that we've ever aired.
Well, tonight's interview is the Christopher Reed interview. And again, I'm your host, dini-mussolini. We are the people who have dedicated their mornings, weekdays, and nights to music, books, films, news, business ventures, and just talk in general. From our incredible writing and our promotion here on our new Facebook page, you can find it at Vigilantes Radio. We're also on Instagram, to our interviews and music show on Vigilantes Radio, which is what you're listening to right now, or our spiritual and intuitive talk called Skeptics of the Handshake. We spend each and every day giving our maximum effort to create an exciting indie and professional community for all creative minds that coexist in this beautiful artistic world. Like I told you earlier, our special guest today is Christopher Reed. So let's go ahead and dive deep. Hey, Chris, you're now live in the midst with all of us. How is it going?
Oh, man, it's going good. You know, I'd like to thank you for bringing me on your show, too.
Definitely, man. How are you feeling, man? It's a brand new year.
Oh, man, I'm feeling good. I'm getting ready to go to Alabama to go pick up my nephew later. So, you know, everything's going good.
Nice. I just left Alabama. What part are you going to?
Oh, man. Well, he's supposed to have been meeting coming from North Carolina, so I'm thinking it's maybe halfway from Arkansas, so
okay.
I don't know.
Okay. Northern Alabama, right, up there, yeah.
Yeah, somewhere close to there, so I'm thinking wherever we meet halfway, it'll be good.
Cool deal. All right. So, man, everybody meet Chris. Meet everybody else. Now we're all acquainted. So I guess we're at a pivotal point in your life. You've been through a lot of stuff, and I'm not going to tell the story. I'm going to let you tell the story. And you have this book that kind of dive deep into these situations that people may be aware of or they may not be aware of. So when I got the thing across my desk, I wasn't aware of this. I mean, yes, given situations, but this particular incident and ongoing incidents, I was not aware of it. So I'm glad to have, met you through, this platform here. So yeah, you're out now promoting your book, Black with the Gold Badge. So first and foremost, the book is not out, right?
No, it's not out yet.
All right. Go ahead. I'm sorry.
Yeah, right now I'm doing a crowdfunding account, so we're trying to wait for all that to get through. I have had one publisher come to me, and they're wanting to take the book, but I'm wanting to carry it a little bit longer, so I can get it done a little bit more, I guess.
Right. Gotcha. All right, so let's start there, man, and back it up a little bit. What was the inspiration for this book?
I guess my inspiration was, you know how when you have something that happened to you, And with me, it was like a discriminatory thing. So my inspiration, I just wanted people to know. I wanted people to know what happened. I want them to know how everything worked out. And a matter of fact, I'm still working with them. So, it's just to show what I'm doing. But I just want people to know what happened, and I want them not to be in the same exact situation that I got put in.
Right. So does the book give pointers on how to handle these situations?
Exactly. Well, at the end of the book, what we're planning on doing is we're gonna basically put a workbook at the end where any federal employee can get on there, and it'll teach them how to file equal opportunity complaints, complaints through the FBI, complaints through the Office of Special Counsel. Most people don't understand what the Office of Special Counsel is, but basically they protect whistleblowers, that's myself. Anybody that goes out and report wrongdoing within a government agency, that's when the Office of Special Counsel will get involved, which they're basically attorney for the Congress.
Okay.
Yeah.
I don't know if you cut out for a minute there.
Yeah, that's what happened. I cut out.
Yeah, all right. Yeah, I think you were in mid-sentence and then it kind of cut out there.
Well, basically what I was saying was basically I'm going to have a section in the book where it's going to take your government employees, people that work for the U.S. government, and it's going to teach them how to file their equal opportunity complaint, any files of retaliation, discrimination, and then also it's going to have a section where it's going to show them pointers on how to go through each section and to how to contact the Office of Special Counsel, which most people don't understand what the Office of Special Counsel is. They're people that protect whistleblowers, basically people that report wrongdoing by government agencies. I'm just going to give them steps how to deal with all of that.
Okay. Because that can be a big deal, right? Very stressful. Attempts on your life, maybe. Wow.
Yeah, and that's what's funny. In the book, it's going to be chapters in there that's going to explain situations that I went through where I did have, for a matter of fact, I had my chief, which he was the chief of police. He basically stated he was going to hang me from a tree.
Oh, wow.
He said it in front of a lot of people. At the time, I thought that, he's an older man, maybe he's joking. But then another coworker reported it, and once they reported it, oh man, it went way up. It went all the way to a U.S. Congress. In South Dakota, it was Congressman Known. So it went to her office, and before I knew it, it had turned to a full-fledged investigation.
Wow. Man, were you terrified? What was your initial reaction, besides, not believing that, I feel how you feel sometimes, oh man, it's just a older person stuck in their ways. They don't pay that no mind.
Well, at first I wasn't scared, but then after they started the investigation, and at the point, remember I was in South Dakota, so
right.
Just think how many Americans are in South Dakota. A matter of fact, the agency that I work for, the Department of Interior, Bureau of Indian Affairs, out of 300 employees of the whole agency, I was the only African American police officer in that whole agency. So, with that being said, I was scared, because it was very desolate out there. They could have taken me anywhere. They could have had me go to a call by myself, and anything could have happened. But back to what I was saying about the investigation, once they started investigating it, I knew something had got serious when the Office of Special Counsel attorney contacted me. And he was like, hey, I think it's time for you to go back to Arkansas. I left my house, left everything in my house in South Dakota, and they sent me back to Arkansas for a whole year while they was doing their investigation. And then all of a sudden, they decided to transfer me to Oklahoma City. So, it was threats out there. It was credible threats. And they wouldn't have transferred me if they didn't think it was credible threats.
Yeah. Wow. Yeah. Oh my goodness. So how has the Oh, go ahead. I'm sorry.
I said you got to remember, I worked for the government for 18 years, and only worked for this agency for 10 years, and I wasn't used to this. I would say that.
Yeah, I could imagine. That is tension on a whole nother level, if you ask me. Yeah. Movies, you know, maybe you may get a movie out of this, or a Lifetime special. Yeah, this story definitely needs to be told. Hey, if the offer came, would you like to act in it? Would you be play the starring role, play your own self?
Oh man, if somebody came to me and they was like, "Hey, we want to take everything that happened to you and we want to make a movie," even any movie, it could be just a short movie, and I'll go for it 100%. Because what's the best person to use in a movie? The person that went through it all.
Yeah, totally agree. So how has the reaction been since this come out from your family and friends?
Well, my mom, she's older, and you know how your older African Americans females are, they're like, "Hey, I think you need to just leave it alone and just go ahead and go back to work and finish what you're doing." And my dad is like, no, go ahead and just put it to him. And then, like, my other members, they're like, "Hey, we don't know, you might come up missing or whatever," but I don't think that the agency I work for, they don't have enough sense to go hide somebody. I don't think so.
Yeah. Okay. Man, I guess, you're taking advice from all sorts of people, in your family and friends. And initially, I guess you're sticking to your guns, right?
Yeah, I'm not going anywhere. Like I said, I still work for them now, but I'm on, I guess you could call it, I'm basically on sick leave. I'm leave without pay right now. But that's good because it's helping me write my book. So.
Yeah. Okay. And guys, just in case you need that crowdfunding link, I have it in the show notes and in the description. So you can go ahead and click it's a hyperlink. It'll take you right to it. I did all the work for you. So all you got to do is just click the link, guys. It's right there. All right. So on a personal level, how important is this book for you?
On the personal level, it's really important for me because a lot that I didn't tell you at the very beginning. When I first started working for this agency in 2010, me and my girlfriend at the time decided we wanted to adopt a kid. So we ended up adopting a 13-year-old male, and he ended up staying with me and her for so long, and then finally me and her ended up breaking up, and he decided he was going to stay with me. So when he turned 15, he started thinking about girls and wanted to hang out with the girls, and he fell in love with this one girl, and he ended up committing suicide.
Oh no.
The reason why, because she broke up with him and so forth. And the funny thing was, I was the only cop on duty at the time, so I responded to my own home, and I cut my own. It was a really bad thing. I ended up taking off work for maybe like 6 to 7 months, in which even during that time, my supervisors I don't even think they felt sorry for me then, because as soon as I got ready to go back to work, they tried to do a fit for duty on me and was trying to get me terminated. They said I wasn't fit for duty. So, I guess, the old saying, kick a man while he's down. That's basically what I do. That's my inspiration. I want to show them that, even though you've done all this, the world is still going to know what you've done. You know? Yeah. And even when I'm dead and gone, there's still going to be books out there that people is going to read what happened.
Yeah, man. My condolences, man.
Yeah.
Definitely. All right. So is there a projected date? You say you have one publisher that's, looking to publish the book, but I guess you're kind of trying to wait for the best offer to come through.
Exactly.
But do you have like a projected date in mind?
Well, I know for sure in July, for sure I'm going to have the book shipped. They're going to be done and completed and shipped out to whoever ordered the book. But what I've been doing lately is I've been working really overtime, and I most likely will have the books done way before then.
Okay.
Just recently, another company that contacted me, and they're like, hey, we want to do another crowdfunding account for you, and we want to do everything. The only thing you have to do is just sit back, and we're going to, you write the book, we're going to print it, we're going to ship it, we're going to take care of everything. So I'm debating on that a little bit, but for sure, July.
Got you. So you're going to a physical book. Will it be digital as well?
Yeah. When they look at the crowdfunding account, they also see that it's maybe like 5 or 7 options available for them. The first option is for a digital copy. More welcome to order a digital copy, but I would want a hard copy, because if you get a hard copy, I'll sign it for them or whatever they need to do.
Nice. And
go from there. I'm not.
What about?
Oh, you can go ahead. I'm sorry.
No,
so,
you go ahead.
I'm one of those guys that say, "Hey, you ordered this, and I'm gonna charge you to sign it." No, I'm gonna sign it because I want you to have my signature. I want people to see.
Yeah. Definitely. What about audio version?
Yeah, it's going to be an audio version too. It's also included in the package when they get inside the crowdfunding account.
Okay. Are you going to narrate it yourself, or?
I haven't even thought of that yet. That was a good touch, but if you'll notice, I'm very country, so half people don't understand half the stuff I say. But it would sound good, me telling the story myself.
Right. Yeah, definitely. All right. So, do you think as the time get near for the story to come out, the full story, that it will create some additional pressure?
Yeah, because I'll tell you something funny that just recently happened. So this book is going to include like real stories. There's going to be real life investigations, because like us federal cops, we also have people that police us also. And with that being said, we had a whole lot of investigations that was done because of all what happened to me and what happened to other officers. So I requested copies all the way from 2010 all the way to present of all these investigations. So what I'm planning on doing is I'm planning on putting all of these stories in this book also. But what happened was the agency supposed to have this paperwork back to me in 20 days, and they recently just said, no, it's going to be 30 days. And then, the president decided that he wanted to shut down the government, so it didn't do nothing, but it's taking it back a little bit, But what it is, I'm thinking that the Department of Interior don't want to release a lot of those documents because a whole lot of this stuff has been buried in its secrets,
Right.
But they have no choice but to release it to them.
Definitely. All right. So, what made you want to write a book about the incident?
Well, I guess myself. I just needed, like when you go to a counselor, you just tell a story and you tell them what happened. I'm not going to lie. Since all this happened to me, I'd have had to go to counselors. I mean, something that's really going to surprise people is just a couple of months ago, I had some problems at work with my boss and so forth in Oklahoma City. And I ended up going to a doctor and was diagnosed as being bipolar. Okay, bipolar. I think everybody's bipolar, but I ended up getting diagnosed as bipolar, post-traumatic stress, all kind of. It was like 3 or 4 different diagnoses, and I just want to tell these stories. I just want people to know, because I don't want them to have to go through the same thing I went through, nor do I want them to have to suffer the way that I had to suffer.
Right. Definitely. So, we know this is your first book, right?
Yeah, that's correct.
All right. Do you plan on being an author? After continue on writing books?
That's what I'm planning on doing. This has really been amazing to me. So I'm not going to just stop at this book. What I'm planning on doing is, this is going to be one book of maybe 3 or 4 books that's going to be in relations to this that I'm dealing with. I also, my next book, I think I want to do like an inspirational book. My mom, it's funny, my mom bought me this Bible, and it's like an inspirational Bible for a black police officer. I don't know where she found it at, but it has really helped me out. It even had the days, and it was funny how when you read the days, it really relates to what you're dealing with, so that's what I'm planning on doing. That book helped me out a lot, and I want to help someone else the same way.
Nice. So I'm going to leave this question as wide open as possible. What is it about the freedom of expression that you find in writing and authorship that pulls you to it and drives you to create it yourself?
Oh, man. That was deep. Oh, man. I guess the freedom of expression. Writing a book or writing period, it lets you just explain everything. You can. Oh man, it's really hard to explain it, but it lets you put your feelings out. Because as males, we barely want to cry, we barely want to do anything to that nature. So basically, what writing does is it gives me just to voice. It gives me that voice,
Mm-hmm.
Not all I got to say on that was deep.
Right on. All right, guys, we're at our favorite part of the show. That's right. After the music break, it'll be time for our usual tradition. It is called the hot seat. That's where we're going to make Christopher Reed sweat. Our fans love this part of the segment, of course, along with the actual interview. But the audience will get a chance to hear Chris Reed perform some vocals. Maybe he can sing. Maybe he does poetry, inspirational speeches, freestyle raps, jokes, stories. He can even read from his book or play a live instrument. The choice will be his, and you never know what these creative minds and vessels will produce in the spotlight. And today we'll find out if Christopher Reed has what it takes to be put on the spot, a test of his true artistry, and maybe even some hidden talents. But we have an artist by the name of Anaja. The name of the song is V1. So we'll be right back. right, that was Anija with her song V1. Instrumental. Nothing wrong with the instrumental. All right, so guys, you got more to learn. The greatest threat to learning is not ignorance. The greatest threat to learning comes from the things you already know. Often, the more you know, the less you feel you need to learn. That's a dangerous situation, especially these days, when the world is changing at such a rapid pace. Though knowledge can be stored, it cannot be made secure. The value of what you know depends primarily on your openness to learning more. Wisdom is dynamic and withers away if it is never challenged or supplanted. Assumptions are valuable only when they are continually tested. If you think you know it all, you most certainly don't. The more you know, the more there is to learn. Take that from me, dini-mussolini. That is my word, and word is bond. But for right now, let's bring back the man of the moment, Mr. Christopher Reed. You're back live with us and in our hot seat. What are you going to perform for us?
Oh, man. I guess I should have been...
That old man.
I guess I should have been thinking about this before. Why won't I just read y'all something? You know, like, basically, you remember me explaining to y'all how, like, I suffer from PTSD, depressive disorder, and so forth?
Right on.
Why won't I read y'all something?
Okay.
And just let you know how I feel on a daily basis, you know?
Yeah.
Oh, man, y'all got me on this one. Basically, like, anxiety to me doesn't mean getting wound up for a little while. It means body numbness, headaches, backaches, clumsiness, tremors, feeling cold, rapid heart rate, expansive fear, stuttering speech, and words coming out in the wrong order. For days, for weeks, sometimes, even with therapy, even with family support, even with good eating and medication. Oh man, I forgot the other part. I was reading something here and I forgot the other part. But, you know, basically what I was trying to say was that's kind of how I feel all the time, you know. Ever since everything that I went through, that's basically how I feel, you know. Mm-hmm. And, you know, as African Americans, we're so scared to say that, you know, we don't suffer from depression. We don't suffer from anxiety. We don't suffer from this. You know, it's like a taboo in Black community. But, you know, I'm not scared to say, what I suffer from, you know, and I just want to let everybody know if you have any type of problem like that, you need to go get help. And the reason why I'm saying that is because I think that's what the problem was with my son. You know, so it sticks to my heart, and I just want to let people know that you need to get help if something like that happens.
Yes, sir.
You see, I didn't have nothing to say, so I didn't say that.
Yeah. Why do you think, Chris, as Black people, that we don't like to talk about mental issues or problems that we face? Why do you think we always want to appear strong enough to the public and not really, you know, seek professional help?
You know, I really believe it's just in us, you know, because if you think back to the day of slavery and so forth, you know, as Black people, we had to be strong, to survive the type of treatment that we had and so forth. So I think that it's just enrooted in us, you know, like, I don't want my friends to know that I suffer from depression. I don't want my friends to know that I'm bipolar, because the first thing they're going to think, oh, he's crazy. Stay away from him. Don't have the kid by him. Have the person by him. You know, so I think it has a lot to do with people being shamed and just scared, who knows?
Yeah, I often wonder that myself. So we're at the end of the interview. The last question for you is not really a question. It's just an opportunity to express anything that you feel like it's important to include that maybe I didn't think to ask you. Sometimes I'm like a fourth grader, and not the smart one, the one that sits in the back of the class picking his nose,
Yeah.
That's me sometimes. So I forget things or I just don't think about them. But is there anything else that you wanted to express?
Well, I just want to let everybody know that with my crowdfunding account, in order for me to get fully funded, I got to have at least 500 orders. I'm not going to lie about it. I'm not even close to 500. So I just feel that if you want to know what goes on in government agencies, if you want to know how they cover up, you need to get this book. I mean, because my book is about revealing the crime, racism, and injustice inside the ranks of the Department of Interior in the Bureau of Indian Affairs. And, I mean, who don't want to know about this type of stuff? I mean, you might need to know about it, because right now, our country we're a great nation. I'm not going to go against the government. We're a great nation, but we're struggling a little bit right now, So it's time that people speak up. If you feel that something's wrong, don't be scared, speak up.
You are right about that. And let everybody know social media links where they can connect with you, and also the crowdfunding link. Even though we have those links in the description of the episode, sometimes it's just better to hear it verbally.
The crowdfunding link is so long. It's probably better for them to get on your page and look it up. I mean, you remember when you typed it in, it's really, really long. But on Twitter, it's my personal Twitter, but it's going to be C and the number 2, R as in Robert, E as in Edward, E as in Edward, D as in David, 1, 2, 3, 4. That's my Twitter name. It's nothing special. It's my personal name. Add yourself on Twitter. I started off with I think just a couple weeks ago, I had like 10 people on my Twitter. Now I got almost 1,500 people. Don't even ask me how that. Yeah, I don't have the slightest idea how it happened, but when I started advertising about my book, people just started adding me. And it's funny because people was adding me, but nobody wasn't going to the crowdfunding account. So, it's still, But on Facebook, it's just Chris Reed.
Gotcha.
And it's going to be about 1,000 Chris Reeds on there, but I think mine have like the government shutdown as the picture. I'm gonna let you know. I'm not scared to say anything. So you can add me on Facebook, but I'm gonna be real with you 100%.
Definitely. I like that. Guys, make sure you go add them. Check out the crowdfunding link that's in the show notes. Add them on Twitter and Facebook as well. Man, Christopher Reed, I thank you, man, for your time. And I thank you for being so open with us about the current issue that you're facing right now.
Yep. Well, thank you for letting me have the opportunity to talk about my book and having me on your show. It was amazing. This is like the second or third, I wasn't as nervous as I was on the first show that I was on maybe a couple weeks ago. But, man, you made it easy.
Hey, man, I appreciate that. It's just like two old friends catching up. It's like, hey, Chris, how's it going, man? Tell me about that book I seen you working on.
All right.
Yeah. Yeah, man. Wow. This is... like I said, I had no idea that something like this could happen. This is like something out of a movie. To be honest with you, it's dangerous. It's suspenseful. It's real.
Yeah. I think a lot of people can't believe a lot of the stuff. So that's the reason why I'm making sure I'm putting stuff in there that's released through the Freedom of Information Act, because I want to show them. I want to give them the proof, give them the bread and butter, to feel it, you know.
Yeah. Wow. And in the book, let me ask you this: what kind of language are you using? I mean, are you being as candid as possible?
You know, I'm gonna be real with you. I'm not holding anything back. I'm not.
Yeah.
I'm not using people's names. The reason why, because I'm not trying to get sued 5 or 10 years down the line.
Yeah.
I still work for the government, so I'm allowed to say my opinion, but not to push it.
Right.
You know, so I'm not putting any names. That's the reason why, you know, when I was writing the book, I could have just turned around and just wrote the book and said everything, and that was the end of it. But I wanted it to be released through the Freedom of Information Act because I wanted the government to give me the stuff to put in the book. You understand what I'm saying?
Yep.
So they can't turn around and be like, well, you gave away this government secret, which, you know, it wasn't a secret, but, you know.
Yeah, all that red tape stuff and, you know, legal stuff.
Exactly.
You never know, it may go to court, and you can't really talk about court cases, ongoing cases, you know, pending cases. Yeah. That could hurt your investigation. But yeah.
And if you know anything of when the government release anything, they black out majority of the stuff.
Right,
know? So I'm going to fill in some of the blackout stuff, but I'm not going to, you know, release anything that's going to cause anybody to lose their job or, you know, so forth.
All right. Wow. So we get a real honest, open account, as candid as possible. I like that.
Yep.
All right, Chris, my man. I hope that we catch up soon. Like I said, man, good luck. I wish you the best. And may God see you through.
Okay. Well, you take care too, man.
Definitely.
Thank you, my Vigilantes family, as always, for checking out my podcast over here at Vigilantes Radio. All episodes are available for free download, and you can grab that from either Spreaker.com/only1mediagroup, iTunes, YouTube, any app that's on a Google Play or iTunes store, or our website, and that goes from every single episode that we've ever aired. If you'd like to request music or a particular guest or send something for me to play, email it to theradio@only1mediagroup.com. If it's music, please label it by artist and title. Here's my disclaimer. We are genre free, we do not judge, and we absolutely do not base our opinions on hearsay but facts alone. And actually, you can scratch all of that because all of my opinions are always right. That's the bottom line. This is my show, so deal with it. Nah, just kidding. On behalf of myself, Dini-Mussolini, I appreciate all you guys for tuning in, either afterwards or live with us. Spread the word because sharing is caring. We stepped up our game just for you guys and our guests to make sure that you have the best experience here on our show. Be sure to connect with us on Facebook, Twitter, Instagram, Tumblr, as well as Spreaker. We always follow back. That is the #1 rule. Okay, well, just remember to be yourself and be absolutely great at just doing that. Avoid being too comfortable because you're messing with your potential when you do that. Peace and have a good night.
You are now listening to Vigilantes Radio, the people's choice for quality interviews, art, music, and hot topics. Hosted by Demetrius Houdini Black Reynolds of the duo No Longer the Hero. All episodes of this podcast are available for free download at www.onlyonemediagroup.com. This is a Seventh Sign Regime Rebirth Worldwide Syndicate exclusive.